You did it, Baron. You're gonna have 10,000 subscribers. What have you guys done? What have you done to my life? What have you done to this channel? 10,000 subscribers! I told you, when something is really big, you have to say it like Oprah Winfrey. What else would I do? 10,000? Now, by itself, that's not really a big number where YouTube is concerned. What am I saying? Yes, it is. It's incredible. 10,000 subscribers. 10,000. You know, last night it was lingering around, 9,985. And then it go back to 8,4. Then back up to 8,5. Then it was 8,6. I said, you know what? I'm going to bed. I'm going to get up in the morning. I'm going to watch Tina and Michelle. And if it is, it is. If it ain't, it ain't. Well, what do you know? When I woke up this morning, it was 10 on the head. I couldn't believe it. 10,000 subscribers. Oh, boy. So immediately, you know what I did, right? That's right. I put some coffee on. I mean, still, I gotta have my coffee. So September the 16th, I was 9,000 subscribers. Well, we all know what happened since then. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex went to New York City. Okay, I gotta stop doing the Oprah. But they went to New York City, and anytime there's a big event, if you have a Sussex Squad channel, the best time to get new subscribers is during the big events. So if you're not working during those big events, you're going to miss out on something. So you have to make sure. Now, as you know, I had oral surgery at that time, and in spite of how I was feeling, I had to keep working, and so I worked. And you guys were there to cheer me on and support me. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that you guys were just like sending me prayers and positive energy and all that stuff, I don't know if I would have been able to do it. I mean, because I was out of it. I don't even remember a lot of it. But it is with your thoughts and your prayers and your comments and your contributions. Everything that you guys have done has made all of this possible. This time last April, I had 5 subscribers, only 5. And now there's 10,000. I am just blown away by that. It's incredible. And I could thank everyone for that, but in particular, the Sussexes. It's because of what they have suffered and endured that people felt this need to protect them. As I did, I felt this need to protect them. And because of that, the Sussex Squad community, to the likes of which I was still kind of a newbie on YouTube, and you guys just fully embraced the Royal Sussex, which I don't know if you guys know it, but when I only had 5 subscribers back in April, the channel was actually referred to as Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Success. So that was the original name of the channel. I said, you know, that kind of lingers on the palate too long. I got to shorten that. And then that's how the Royal Sussex came about. I was just like, well, surely somebody else was using it, right? I couldn't find it. If anybody else was using Royal Sussex, I could not find it. And so, you know, and I don't want to try to make it seem like I've had this big genius moment, because of course there is the Sussex Royal Foundation, which is now defunct thanks to KP and Buckingham Palace and Clarence House. We're not allowed to use that. So that is where the Royal Sussex comes from. There is something weird and wacky going on with that family over there in the United Kingdom, and somebody needs to save them from themselves. The Queen seems like she's determined to spend her money to save her son, which, you can't blame a mother for doing that. But the problem for her is the fact that this is creating a great deal of ill will by people who already are putting billboards up all over the United Kingdom, pressing the idea to become a republic. The Queen was actually booed in Scotland. They booed a, 95, 96-year-old woman. They booed her as she drove by in her big Bentley. And I believe that something has got to be stirring up. And you know how it is. People get worked up, and then after a while it's the big fat nothing burger. But I can't help but think that we may actually see the last days of the House of Windsor in as prominent position as it stands, because there's no really getting rid of them. It's just that the power may evaporate or erode to the point where they become a mere shadow of their original selves. But while they were booing the Queen when she left the opening of the Scottish Parliament, there was very few people on the street to greet or wave to her. Just a handful of people who were allowed to stand near the exit as she left the Scottish Capitol building, Parliament building. And as she drove by, there were people with their Union Jacks waving and cheering her. And then there was a majority of these Scottish flags where people were actually booing her. And so I said it before, and I'll say it again. I can't wait to see the Cambridges, or even Charles and Camilla, go on a tour of the Commonwealth. I can't wait to see it. Barbados has already voted to get rid of them. Barbados wants to become an independent republic. But I tell you, what will really be big, what will really cause the dominoes to fall, is if Scotland or Canada or Australia, if any of those three decide to pull the plug on the royal family, then it's going to have a domino effect. If you go on the Twitter and you look up the hashtag abolish the monarchy, the people are very vocal about it. And I think it will take your breath away, actually, to see the level of disdain that people have for the royal family. Again, I don't think they're ever going to absolutely go away, but they're going to have to reinvent. Charles is on the right track by saying, I'm not moving into Buckingham Palace. It's going to become a museum for the people. Now, with all of that happening, I would say that the money that is being pulled in by these big institutions like Buckingham Palace, I think what will really make a difference is what happens with any profit that comes from these places. But really, it's none of my business. I don't particularly care what they do or don't do with that family, or, it's none of my business. My focus is the Sussexes. But just for those of you who do not have Twitter, I just want you to know what's out there. What's out there right now is that there is quite a war of words being waged on Twitter. And I'm not really that good with Twitter, so I don't know how to find certain things. I just know what comes up in my feed, which says a lot about me, that abolish the monarchy just keeps popping up on. Just happens to pop up on my feed, right? But one of the weapons that the Republicans, as they call the anti-monarchists, or the abolish the monarchy people, some of them call themselves republics. Republicans rather, they are actually using the big tool right now. The big tool that they use in their arsenal is Prince Andrew, and the fact that the Queen is financing Prince Andrew's defense fund. That is one of the big reasons that they are gaining momentum, is the fact that money that comes from the Duchy of Lancaster, which of course belongs to the Queen, is money that is being used to defend Andrew. And some people, they don't cotton too well to that, as they say in the South. So stay tuned. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next, but this is getting juicier by the moment. But just so you know, Abolish the Monarchy is trending like crazy on Twitter. Like right now, they say that the cost of the royal family in 2020 was £69.4 million, or $96.28 million. So when they're telling you how much the Sussex's house costs, when they're telling you that the Sussexes have taken a private jet, the real hypocrisy is how many times the royal family that they actually travel by jet, or they take a fleet of cars, or how much they pay for their protection out of the public purse. It's not even costing them personally. The public is paying for it. How many royal properties are guarded 24 hours a day at the cost of the British taxpayer? And this cost per year for the royal family is not, I don't think the cost for protection even comes out of the figure that I'm showing you right now. I don't even think that's the cost. The Metropolitan Police officially do not speak of the official cost of protection, because that is deemed a very sensitive thing, so they don't release any figures about that. So, I don't want you guys to think that I'm getting overly excited about this, but it's just kind of interesting that it's building up so much momentum. And whether you are pro-Queen or if you don't really care for the Queen, this is going to be news very soon, especially if it continues to pick up momentum. But yeah, I sometimes, just for fun, I refer to the UK as Narnia, which is probably not the most polite thing that I could say, but when you see articles like this, our future King William and Kate thrill young fans just as much as Harry and Meghan. Again, they have to make it about Harry and Meghan. Even when they're trying to uplift or compliment the Cambridges, the only way they could do that is to compare them to the most influential couple in the world. That's the only way they could do it. Other than that, the Cambridges have no merit, of no value to speak of, other than the position that one of them was born into and the other one was pushed into by that social climber. The one that I want to really say it like the Tiger King, that Carol Middleton. That Carol Middleton, yeah, that's the one that pushed her daughter into that position. And she's not even the one that has the temperament or the personality to carry it off. So she's stoic enough to get married to someone who has, I guess, a very fragile disposition, William. And so in order to find someone who will not outshine William, but yet at the same time look the part, they found someone who is even not equally as fragile, but emotionally a wreck. I mean, when she wore that gold gown, she was holding her stomach in. She ain't got no stomach. What is she pulling in? I mean, I know, I'm so sorry. I promised I would never speak of the gold gown again, but this girl was on the verge of collapse. So aside from the fact that I have 10,000 subscribers, if I seem a bit overly animated today, it's because I'm telling you, I've been on Twitter. And when you go on Twitter and you see some of the stuff that people are saying, I'm telling you guys, just get on Twitter. Get on it. That's it for now. Please like, subscribe, share, donate, etc. If you would like to make a donation and you don't know how, to help support this channel, you can go to the comments section where you can find links to the Patreon, the PayPal, and the Cash App. Thanks for watching Royal Sussex.